It's been a long time since I've done a YouTube video. I have been in California for the summer and I am back home in Italy where we currently live. And California is my hometown, so I was there for almost 2.5 months for a lot of big family life events. Right now I'm getting ready to combine my stash. I am very overwhelmed, but I'm taking the opportunity right now to film you guys a video and kind of do a big haul, I guess, and what I've accumulated in the 2.5 months of me being in California. So I did a ton of shopping in May and had it sent to my parents' house where we were staying. So a lot of this stuff is from that May order, and then a few stationery shopping hauls here and there throughout the summer that I was there. So let me go ahead and start. I don't really know where to begin. I have so many things. Let's see, I will start actually with, let's start with TNs. Let's just go right into some of the most exciting things. First is actually this passport. It does not look new at all anymore. I have been using this as my wallet. It goes everywhere with me. It goes in and out of my bag multiple times a day, and so it is well loved, well used in the 2.5 months that I've owned it. I sent this, actually I didn't send this, I just purchased it straight from BK with the Olive Passport release and purchased my customizations, and they did it all right away. So this became my new wallet for the summer. I kept my bank card here. This is my catch-all. This is where I kept all my ephemera receipts. Here you can see I have a boba lid that I cut out. Here I would keep cash, and then in the back I would keep my ID cards and more bank cards. If you follow me on Instagram, you saw this little guy a lot. I would always take photos and post it because it was always with me, this and my A6 𝘕𝘠. So that's the first TN there. The second one that I acquired, I purchased 2 from a D-stash. This is the first one. It was the Airlines edition. It did not come with the insert as the person I bought it from was using it, but it did come with everything else. I kept everything nice inside except for the TN, and it's currently holding my dated inserts. So here is how I did the chains. This comes with the TN. This I purchased prior, but I love it. I really did not think I wanted or liked the blue passport, but blue TN. I pretty much wrote off needing a blue TN. I said, I'm not really interested. I don't really like it. But when I felt a sample TN in person, the blue one just blew me away. So get it? Blew me away. So if I was gonna get a blue, I wanted it to be a limited edition one, such as this, or even the Pan Am 2015 blue, but that one's a lot harder to find. So I got lucky with this one in a D-stash, and it really has become one of my favorite TNs. I got a huge dent in it from the travel back to Italy. The charm, I always actually put my charms upside down like this in the back, just because of this specific charm, the airline one. But with all the packing and the chaos, I forgot to do that. And so when it was in my carry-on suitcase, just all the pressure and everything and other items on top of it gave me a huge old dent. But oh well, it's part of the travel now, right? So I'm not really gonna do a flip through. Everything in here, this setup has been the same from my previous TNs, but here is just how beautiful this blue is. The second TN that I got was a brown standard. It was just a plain brown one, and I got it debossed at Baumkuchen when I went to visit in person, and I wasn't planning on it, but then when we saw that they had someone available to deboss and there were a ton of people there, seeing their embossings inspired me to get this one here and this logo on the bottom corner, and I'm in love with it now. Honestly, before, when it was just plain, I wasn't really a fan of it. I didn't have a brown yet in my collection, like I didn't have a blue, so I jumped at the opportunity to get both, and with the debossings now, I'm absolutely in love with it. Related to this TN, I bought 𝘕𝘂𝘀 leather conditioner. So first thing I bought was the 𝘕𝘂𝘀 leather conditioner. This is what is recommended by Travelers Company themselves. I took this TN when I first got it, rolled it, and wanted it to be a little lighter. I didn't really like it, so then I bought the conditioner to kind of restore it back to its original waxy finish, and I kind of like how scratched up it's getting. At the same time, I purchased this brass cleaning kit because I really wanted to give all my brass charms a good polish, but they very easily patina back as you touch them. So these two were also additions during my summer. Last but not least, not a new cover, but a new, I guess, process to this TN. This is the 2023 Olive Standard. This is the one that I rolled and tape stripped the cover, the finish on. So it's got a really nice suede feel to it. I had talked about it on my Instagram that I was collecting California patches to then later get it sewn on, and I am so in love with this. Hands down, one of my favorite TNs. I was lucky to be able to get it all done by a personal friend. They sewed the stitches on. I bought this during my trip to BK, also got it embossed there, and my friend was able to sew this on and add the border stitching, and I just love it so much. It's really nice to even see it through to the back side, and I think it just holds such a special memory and such a wonderful story, being able to get it during my summer in California. So these were my newly acquired TNs. This one, like I said, is more of the patches, and then my little passport guy there. Let's move on, maybe to pouches now, since I have this guy here. This one I got at my visit to 𝘕𝘂𝘀 as well. I also have this one. I can't remember, I'm pretty sure I got this during the summer. I know I purchased this probably in May and had it sent over and waited until I was there, but I am in love with these pouches. I had one already. When I got the coffee one, or the mocha one it's called, I thought it was way too small. It didn't hold a lot of items. And then when I got to BK and saw the huge size jump to the medium, I then appreciated the small size. So I just continued to get the small. And it holds a lot of stuff in here. I have one for pet samples, I have one for stamps, and one for actually my personal items like my lipstick, my chapstick, hand lotion, in my purse. Moving on, I guess let's go to fountain pens. Some really great additions to my collection. Actually, I kind of doubled my collection in sailor pens during this summer. So this is my favorite case that I had before. Here I have the 𝘕𝘂𝘀𝘧𝘳𝘰𝘯𝘵, and these are the 3 that I accumulated this summer. I was really lucky to get all 3 of these during D-stashes. So here are the original boxes for them. So let's do the first one, which is the 𝘕𝘂𝘀𝘧𝘳𝘰𝘯𝘵. I purchased it in a D-stash in May and had it sent over to my parents. Let's reach for the ink in here. This is the Shirakashi ink that it came with. Forgive how bad this looks. I had a huge ink spill and it kind of got onto the label here, but I am in love with my 𝘕𝘂𝘀𝘧𝘳𝘰𝘯𝘵. I am so happy I was able to get it. Shout out to my friend Eileen for thinking about claiming it and then passing it on to me. And so then I did not hesitate to claim this pen. Next up in my pens, I have the Sailor Wantra collaboration in turquoise. This is my first bright colored pen that steers completely away from my neutral color palette, and this was a pleasant surprise. I purchased this from a Reddit fountain pen group, and for the price I just had to jump on it. I knew that the only way I was going to try a medium or thicker nib and something in color like this was if the price point was just too irresistible. And for those of you curious, I was able to purchase this for $110, I think, plus shipping from the UK. So definitely a steal, and this really got me to experiment with different colors because some colors just look best with a bigger nib, like a medium or higher, or wider, I should say. And this is my first bicolor nib, and it is just beautiful. So I'm really happy with this purchase. I don't think I would have tried a medium nib any other way, and because of this, I've now pre-ordered other pens in a medium nib. So this one definitely opened the floodgates to brighter colored pens, because my next one here is the ProGear Slim in Kiku. It is a beautiful coral pen. On websites and online, I've seen this a lot, and it just looked very orangey to me. It was the stock photo, and it's really hard with stock photos, but I'm so happy I picked this up because once I unboxed it, I saw how truly beautiful it was. It is a very pretty coral color. This is in the medium fine nib, and before my Manyo Nuts and Kiku, I was just really swayed by the ProGear size. It is larger and heftier and just bigger overall, and it's more comfortable for me. But having been playing with these two ProGear Slims all summer, I think I can balance and round out my collection with ProGears and ProGear Slim. But the Kiku one actually came with an ink. I haven't used the ink yet. I think I found a more fitting match and one that's to my color palette. It is the Diamine Cozy Up. So eventually I will test out this ink and see if I like it, but this looks very bright to me and scares me a little, to be honest. But those are my newly acquired Sailor pens. I did kind of briefly hint that I had pre-ordered some pens, but I don't have those yet. Those will be considered as part of my stationery summer purchases, but right now these are the newly acquired pens that I have. So there you have it in terms of fountain pens and inks. Let's move on right over to these stamps since they're here. I went to California with some of my favorite stamps. A lot of them were coffee themed, and they fit in a smaller box. Let me get it for you here. So when I went to California, I was actually using this IKEA tool case kit. I gutted it and emptied out the organizer in here, and I had some of my favorite stamps. And when I went to California, I think this was almost full. There was a little bit of wiggle room, and I quickly acquired more that I needed to upgrade my storage. And I had purchased quite a few from Amazon, just trying to find the right one, and I landed on this size. It came in a pack of 3, so I do have 3 more, but this is how big it is. And honestly, I love it. The depth is just perfect for these stamps, and it's perfect for the height. I can fit so many and they'll be flush. That way when it's closed and wiggles around, I don't have to worry about any of them, even some of these small ones, coming up and turning around in there. But I have really loved bringing this. It's been so easy to cafe journal and share with friends. It fits perfectly in my backpack. Honestly, it's like the size of a 15-inch laptop. So I'm really not struggling when I'm bringing this, although it is heavy with the rubber stamps. But it is quite shocking when I pull this out of my backpack to cafe journal. Anyways, a lot of my stamps here are coffee themed. About 50% of this I think I did get over the summer from ordering throughout May, June, and July. So most of them are from Emma Stationery. I love her shop, probably hands down my favorite shop, and she has the best coffee themed items. I think I get all my coffee things from her, including pet tape and stickers. These are some of my most used ones, as well as the 𝘕𝘯 but that I already owned before my trip to California. So some of the things I will just point out here are these mugs, coffee and tea mugs from Black Milk Project. This is Cafe Hunting from 𝘕𝘬 with Love, I believe, and this was just perfect for all those coffee hopping cafe days and journaling. I got this Have a Rice Day stamp from Paper Plant Co. in Chinatown in Los Angeles, and I love it. It is just so cute. Continuing, these two stamps are from Black Milk Project as well. This like entire L corner I had already. These 4 stamps are from the new Nyrek collection that I purchased over the summer. I also got a huge order from Something of Mine, including their own stamps of these words and this girl with Miss Bulat. So these bears here are from Etsy, and these are the 𝘕𝘯 paperwork, I believe, or no, the Blind X collection in the set B. That's new to me this summer, even though those stamps have been out for a bit. But I think that's pretty much it. And then I have this one Baumkuchen stamp that I picked up there when I visited in person. So I use my stamps a lot. It's something that I've really gotten into in this 2023 of experimenting with new things. And on that note of new things, let me get into the next category of things that I bought, and it is this pouch. I was very lucky to get on the website on Travelers Company USA and purchase this olive green pouch along with my watercolor set. So I use this pouch to hold all my watercoloring things, and I was able to pick up first the small folio or the small pocket palette rather. And this one I actually purchased unfilled, so just the casing. It is now my daughter's palette, so that's why it is gonna be the way it looks when I open it up. I did have this filled out with my own pans, the half pans, but getting into watercoloring a few times, I was falling in love with it very quickly, and so I decided to try my luck at a restock, and I was able to grab the bigger size, the folio, I believe it's called, and this time I got it pre-filled with paint. So here is my personal palette, and the smaller one is my daughter's to use. Every time I start watercoloring, she sees me and she wants to watercolor too, and that's where this one comes in handy. So I am very lucky to have been able to get both, and I just absolutely love the gold design and the collaboration with Art Toolkit and Travelers Company. I also picked up the watercolor spiral notebook that was available, and I have that on the other side of this pouch. I keep it here. This is very beautiful as well. This is all watercolor, and I was inspired by April Wu of Penguins Creative to do a little legend, if you will, of the color palette and where I place the colors and everything. And then in here I have one of my first sketches. This is all just random airport doodling from our return trip home to Italy just a few days ago. So I'm gonna get into it and get to watercoloring because I am trying something new and just letting myself go with it. So there goes one more addition to my stationery stuff this summer. Backtracking to stamps, actually, since I forgot about it, is these Sanby alphabet stamps. Okay, so I got these Sanby alphabet stamps. These are in the smallest size. This is a size 5, and it is so tiny, but I've already used them and I actually quite like the size. And these are the numbers.
Mommy.
Let's talk about some journals or notebooks. Here are the 2 notebooks that I acquired. So this one is actually a 2022 a version of the 𝘕𝘬𝘳𝘰𝘯 one day one page, and I am using this to collage journal, actually, just for fun. So I did a few when I first got it. You can see end of June here, and then all the way to August to today I did a 3rd spread. So what's nice is that the daily pages here are undated, so whenever I just feel the urge to collage, I will probably just do it in here. And then this one is a Moleskine art sketch journal. I actually picked this up because I needed something when I was officiating my brother's wedding. I didn't want to hold my phone up there. I printed out the officiant speech and I hid it in this journal so that when I held it, it was just a plain black book. But since I needed to buy something, I thought, hey, might as well buy something that I will use. And so this is an art sketchbook, and I think I will try to watercolor in it just for practice and kind of document the journey of me trying to get better at watercoloring. This next part is going to be a little chaotic because it's just a bunch of stuff crammed in this box, and it's just a lot of loose items, like some pet rolls that I got, pet samples. Here are a lot of beads. I have some paper ephemera that I got this roll of pet tape. It is Coffee Girls, and I absolutely love it. And these are the girls right here. This is from Emma Stationery, and I'm so happy I was able to get this because I kind of passed up on it the first time it was released. But she restocked, and I did not hesitate to get a full roll this time. I usually only buy samples when it is of girl illustrations, but this one being coffee themed, I knew I was going to be able to share it with some girls I was meeting for coffee journaling. Sorry about the beeping. That is my baby monitor that needs to be charged. I have some Freckles tea tapes that I purchased. I ended up purchasing the full rolls because I knew I was going to share with some friends. I have some other samples of tapes here, and this one actually I'm really excited about. It is a very simple plain white, but it is going to look so great using it in collages. And this is a JR Journal washi, and it's called Cloud. So a lot of random stuff. I don't really know that I'm going to be able to go through this stuff well, but here are some papers that I stamped from the stamp caravan I attended at 𝘕𝘬𝘊𝘊. This has been one of my favorite washies, and this is Mr. Eggplant's Thinking of You. And I just love how simple, kind of minimalistic, but also not. It's very chaotic in a good way, very messy, and I love that. It adds a nice organic touch to journal spreads. These are some of the patches that didn't make it onto my TN. This one I really thought I was going to use, but in trying to figure out the placement, it was just ultimately too big. This is the California quail bird, the state bird, and this came with as a pack with some of the other patches that I that I did actually put on there. Let's see, I purchased sticker packs from Emma Stationery. This one is, these are Show Little Happiness girls. Of course, coffee themed, right? And the rest are sticker sheets that friends sent me in Stationery Happy Mail. Oh, this one I've yet to really dive in and enjoy. And this one is from Emma Stationery as well. These are kind of like daily moment stickers. So this is super cute because the paper backing can be used to decorate with. And here are some of them. Like this one seems to be just surrounding like breakfast or little moments, I guess afternoon, like an afternoon snack. This one is like tea time. Then we've got a beach or a picnic one. Picnic. Bread, we love carbs. Fruits. Coffee. I love this sticker pack. I was heavily influenced by Amanda Lee Plans. When I saw her get this, I just went straight to Emma Stationery and add to cart purchase. So a lot of randomness in this box, but all great things. Most of it from friends, most of it from stationery swapping. This washi though I did get at BK during my visit there, if I can find the end to show you. And this one is so sweet. It's called Dear Friend, and I just loved the green pops of color, the contrasting orange, and the handwritten letterman. It says airmail and the alphabets there. I think last but not least, I am going to share my tote bags. They're a little dirty because obviously they get used, and these are not technically brand new. I've had them for 2 months and using them. This first one was from Daiso. I loved that it wasn't just your typical like tote bag that meets at the end. It actually has a base to it, so I could bring some journaling things there, and great price point. I think it was $5 at Daiso, and it holds quite a lot since it does have a base to the tote bag. Of course, olive green color. It's so hard to get an olive green, so that was great. This one I purchased and had it sent to my parents before I even arrived, and this is from Papersmiths in the UK. And I love the saying, always stationery, never stationary. And because of this, I can now remember which stationery is the proper spelling. So I love the pink detailing here on the inside of the strap. And this is what I was talking about tote bags just kind of being like one fabric over. And so when you fill it up, there isn't really a base for the items to sit in, and they kind of all just like squish and accumulate in the middle. But nonetheless, a beautiful tote, and I actually use this as my purse most days. And then last but not least in totes, I got this huge 𝘕𝘂𝘂 one. I first saw this from Amanda Lee Plans, and she said that she saw it from Kaylee Plans. So this is a beautiful, nice, large tote, and you can see I got bigger and bigger in the tote bags that I was buying. But I love the double handle here, so if it's really heavy, you can carry it this way. If you want to sling it over your shoulder, you can, and I just really love this tote bag. Hopefully I can keep it clean. One thing too that was really nice is the inside is kind of lined. It's not just back-to-back canvas. There's kind of like a coating on the inside, so I imagine it's maybe a little bit water resistant, probably not waterproof, but that's also a very nice touch. Okay, I'm doing one last look of my items, one last scan to see if I'm missing anything, and I think that's pretty much it. I did attend the stamp caravan and I didn't really buy too much for myself. I guess this would be the very last thing. The only thing I really purchased was this passport binder and one accordion insert. But yeah, in terms of inserts and Travelers Company things, this is pretty much the only addition other than the TNs, of course. But this was definitely one of the highlights of my summer, is the stamp caravan, because surrounding the stamp caravan is just so many new friendships, getting to know Mel and Liz, the owners of 𝘕𝘉𝘊𝘊, and just all of that surrounding journal community. It was absolutely heartwarming and so genuine and like soul fulfilling, heart fulfilling moments. And I'm so happy about my summer. I'm so happy about how it went. I remember being at this desk and packing up all my things and thinking like, Jasmine, you don't need to bring this much stuff. Like, you're probably gonna shop a lot, and I did, but honestly, I was able to share all of my items and just kind of spread the joy and the wealth, and it was great to do it amongst your people, amongst the journaling community. So with that, I am so grateful and so thankful for all of you here, for everyone that watches, for everyone that supports me on Instagram, and anybody that comments, likes, and subscribes, and just DMs me on Instagram. It has been just a fulfilling hobby, and I want to thank you for being here, and thank you for being you. So with that, happy journaling, and I will see you at the next one.